SureTriggers has a really cool feature called paths, which helps you create different paths in a single workflow, and these paths are basically the series of action that get performed. Each path is taken whenever the rules set in the path are met. So let me explain what that really means. So if you see on my screen, there is this workflow that gets triggered when order is paid in my WooCommerce store. So whenever someone places a new order and it goes into paid status, this workflow starts. Next, I have added path, and this path has three different paths. If you call it paths, route, it's the same thing. So there are three different paths, and these three paths may look very similar because they have the same actions, but the configuration in this action is different. Let me tell you why. So whenever this trigger happens, we get some data. We get the product name. So we get all the names of the product that are in the order. And when product name contains a specific keyword, like in my case, it's marketing. So I want to execute this path. If the product name contains this keyword, then execute this part. And same for this one too. Now these are the same actions, but the courses here are different. So this is for a tutor LMS, which is an LMS platform, and I have created my courses there. So to understand this, let me show you my store, WooCommerce store. So this is how my WooCommerce store looks. I have three products, three course products, and whenever someone purchases this product, I want to enroll them into a course that I have created in a LMS platform, which is called Tutor LMS. These are just example. If you are using a different e-commerce platform or a different LMS platform, you can still create the similar workflow using paths. So here there are three courses, and I want them to be assigned to the customer whenever they make the purchase of a associated product. So that's what's happening with paths. So in paths, you see that whenever the product is marketing, they get added into marketing course. Whenever the product name is design, they get added into design course. Same for this course too. So that is how I have set up this workflow. Now, this is how paths work. You simply add path in the last step of your workflow. You define rules for your path. When should this path be taken? It can be on any condition. We'll see more about condition in this video. And once these conditions meet, the next step in the path get followed. So that is about path, what they are, how they work. Now let us see how to set up path in a workflow. So to explain this, I'll be taking the same example of assigning courses upon purchase of products in WooCommerce. So to set up the workflow, what I'll do is I will go to SureTriggers and create the workflow. I'll name this as paths demo, and I'll click on start building button. Next, I'll have to add the trigger. So a trigger is something that will start this workflow, and it is WooCommerce in our case. I'll select WooCommerce. The event is going to be order paid, which is similar to our previous setup, and this will help you understand how the setup was actually done. Now I have to select the connection. So connection is the account or the store where I am selling the product. So this is my WordPress site where I have WooCommerce, and it is already connected to SureTriggers. So next I have to fetch data. I have to get the order details of the last order from my WooCommerce store, and this will have the condition or the data that we will use to define the path rules. Now I'll save this, and in the next step I will add paths. So paths is right here. I'll select it, and this has automatically added two paths for me. I'll unlock my screen so I can see the workflow better. Now I have to set up the path A. So path A is going to be for one of our product, which is design course. Now in my case, the condition that will help execute the path is product name. So if the product name contains design, I want to execute path A. So I will search for product name, or it should be product's name here, and here it is. This is the key operator. So operator is basically the condition. What should be the condition? If there are numeric values, so you can use greater than, less than, or equal to, and similar condition you can explore and use the operator that suits best for your need. In my case, it is contains, and I will add the value. This should be static. You don't have to map it from here. You have to type it. So it is this value is static, and all the data that is coming from the new orders will check if the value matches the keyword that you have entered, and if it matches, the path will execute. So that's how you set it up. You can add more than one condition. So if you want to have two conditions like product name, plus if you have a category too, so you can add category also as a condition. This can be or condition as well. So if the product name contains design, or if I want to set something else as the criteria here, so I can do that. But for now, I'm gonna keep it simple and put it as design. Next, I'll click on test condition, and this does not match right now, so it gave me a result as false, which is completely fine. I'll save this, and similarly I'll set up path B. For path B, I will set up the keyword as marketing. Now let's go to marketing, and if the marketing keyword is in the product name, then this part should be taken. Similarly, I'll add path C, and this is going to be for my third course, which is Google Analytics, and I will use Google as the keyword. So products and contains Google test action, and our path is also set up. So now you see that we have successfully set up the path. It was quite simple. That is all about paths. I mean, that's all you need to know. You simply have to add path in the last step. You have to define the rules, and next you have to set up actions normally like you would do in any workflow. So next, what our action is to assign people the right course. So this is about design course. So I will add the actions below now for assigning people into the design course. So my course is hosted on Tutor LMS. So I will search for Tutor LMS. I'll select the action as enroll in course, and I'll select the connection. So next, the course here is going to be design course, user email, which is going to be coming from WooCommerce step. We will search for email, billing email, test action does not exist. So this user is not on my WordPress site, which is why I got this error. So what you can do is you can set up a WordPress create user field or create user action in the step above, create update user. This is the site, and we will create the username. Name is going to be the first name. That's fine for me. I'll map the email that should be used for creating the user. First name, I'll map the first name. I'll map the last name, and password, I'll leave it to be generated automatically. And I don't want to send this password to the user right now, so I don't need the password in the response. That means when the order is created, the user is created, we don't need to see the password, so that's fine. And I want the role to be as a subscriber, which is completely fine. And then I do not want this workflow to run on administrator. So that means if someone is testing out this workflow and they are an administrator on my site and accidentally they make the purchase using their email, they'll lose their role from administrator to subscriber. So which is why we want to exploit some roles from this automation. After we have set up this, we can simply click on test action. and the user got created. Now we want to simply set up other paths. Now if I test action this again, you will notice that this workflow is going to be executed. This step is going to be executed without any problems. There's one more optimization that we can do here. We can move this step here because we want to create the user in all cases. It does not depends that they need to be created after the conditions are checked. So we can move this step above. So what we'll do is we'll copy this here and we will paste it below the trigger, and we can remove from here. So don't mind the zooms. I'll remove this from here. And now what will happen is whenever the order is placed, the user is going to be created automatically. And next, we will set up our actions for enrolling user. We have done it for design. We will do it for, we'll remove this step, it was added accidentally. We will use this same action and we will paste below to create a copy of this action here. And next what we'll do is we'll simply change the course, and it is marketing here. We'll save this, we don't need to test action. And same for here, we will change it to Google Analytics. And it's done. The workflow is ready. So that is it. That is how you create a simple workflow that uses path. And now these are only 3 paths. If you want to add more paths, you can simply click on this plus icon and it will add an extra path for you, which you can set up, or you can delete the path that is not required. So hope this video is helpful. You will be able to use paths now. And if you run into blockers, if you need any assistance, do let us know at support@SureTriggers.com and we will be more than happy to help. Thanks for watching.